Did you realize that everything you could possibly need to learn about succeeding at life, you can learn by making a crappy cup of coffee? Allow me to explain.
Picks you up, it calms you down, it's the lifeblood that drives the dreams of champions.
Hey, I'm Steve Kim, rebel leader of nerdfitness.com, and I want to tell you a funny story today about something that recently happened in my life that taught me a pretty valuable lesson. You see, up until 2 years ago, I had never consumed a cup of coffee. It just wasn't my thing. However, at the time I was editing a book manuscript and staying up late and waking up early, and I figured drinking Monsters and Red Bull wasn't very healthy, especially considering I run a fitness website.
I had a couple Red Bulls. Have you ever had a Red Bull? I never had a Red Bull before, but I had a Red Bull last night. I really like Red Bull.
So I decided, like my non-fictional heroes, Jack Reacher and Ron Swanson.
Hi there. Is there a project you're working on?
I know more than you.
All right.
I should probably start drinking jet black coffee. By the way, that book turned out pretty damn good. It's available in bookstores and online, everywhere books are sold. So anyways, I want to start drinking coffee. But the idea of making coffee sounds terrifying to me.
Drink the coffee, it'll make you feel better.
So I took the smallest possible step between me and caffeine. I purchased a Keurig machine and set up the most simple coffee imaginable. Put the little packet in, hit the button, coffee comes out, I consume it, things are great. Fast forward to a few weeks ago, and here in New York City, right around Christmas time, I received a ton of coffee from some of my friends in the mail. I got Bulletproof coffee from the Bulletproof guys. My friend Chase Reeves, who has a hysterical YouTube channel, by the way, where he reviews bags. Yes, bags. I guarantee you will watch. You will spend far too much time watching him review bags. I can't explain it. It is must-watch videos.
I am not an angler. I don't have fishing things.
I'll put the link below. Chase sent me some Stumptown coffee from Portland. So now all of a sudden I have all of these coffee grounds and no way to make a cup of coffee. Now I remembered a few months back I had purchased a French press, assuming that I was gonna start drinking loose leaf tea and channel my inner Tim Ferriss and start drinking that, and it never happened. Mostly because I have no idea how to actually make loose leaf tea or use a French press.
Is there any more coffee?
So I decide I'm gonna make some coffee. I grab the French press, I put water on to boil, and I start reading the instructions. Start with 8 ounces of filtered water. Add 2.5 tablespoons of freshly ground Bulletproof coffee and brew using your favorite method. French press is Dave's favorite. I have a French press. I have no idea how big a tablespoon is. I don't have filtered water, and I don't have a favorite method. So I start to paralyze myself. Do I let it seep for 2 minutes or 3 minutes or 4 minutes and 8 ounces of water? How much water can actually fit in this thing? I have no freaking clue. I'm terrified. I'm freaking out about making a cup of coffee. Luckily, calmer head prevailed, and I said, dude, it's just a cup of coffee. What's the worst that can happen? If you make a crappy cup of coffee, use the Keurig machine. Go downstairs and go to a Starbucks and get another cup of coffee. That is the worst thing that could happen. Now, I understand coffee is very important, and to screw it up is sacrilegious to the coffee gods. I get it. But you gotta start somewhere. So what did I do? I poured in some water, I added a few scoops of coffee, I let it sit there for a while, and I wrote down what I did. I poured it into a coffee cup and drank it. It wasn't that bad.
Do it up again! We got it! So good!
The next day, I woke up and said, okay, let's actually do a little bit more this time. So I had a 16.9 fluid ounce bottle of water in my fridge. I dumped it into the French press. I noted where it was in the French press, which is right here. You can see I put a little piece of tape that says that's enough for roughly 2 cups of coffee. And if they say 2 scoops for every 8 ounces, I put 4 scoops in there. I let it sit for 3.5 minutes. And you know what happened? I made a damn good cup of coffee.
Congratulations! World's best cup of coffee. Great job, everybody.
And since then, every day I've been tweaking the formula just a little bit more. I've been writing down how things have gone, and the coffee has gotten better and better.
Would you like some boiling hot coffee? Face?
I thought about other parts of my life and thought, geez, if it took me all of that mental energy just to get myself to take the first steps to making a crappy cup of coffee, what else am I holding back on because I'm worried about how many steps and how much research need to happen and what needs to get done? Think of it this way. I am living my life in permanent beta mode. Whatever you are working on, do not beat yourself up over it. I believe Reid Hoffman said it best. He's the founder of LinkedIn. He said, if you're not embarrassed by the first version of the product you shipped, you waited too long. So I want to hear from you. If you are living your life in beta mode, what is something that you can do? It removes a lot of the stigma, it removes a lot of the pressure, and gives you permission to screw up. After all, you're in beta mode, right? So if you're learning to dance, you're in beta mode. If you're learning to paint or cook or sing or draw or whatever, who cares how bad you are when you start? You're in beta mode. You're just fine tweaking things. You're not launching. Nobody can judge you for that. After all, you're just in beta mode. Think about Gmail. Gmail was in beta mode for 8 years? Gmail turned out to be pretty freaking good, but it started probably pretty freaking bad. Luckily, it was in beta mode for so long. So, the next time you're making a cup of coffee, you're cooking a healthy meal, you're dancing, whatever it may be, think of your life in beta mode. You are in beta right now, and what you're working on is just the next teeny tiny update. The eventual launch, the eventual version where everything is perfect, that will be months down the road. I want to hear from you. Put your comment below and let me know what you're working on now that your life is in beta mode. Don't forget to subscribe, and I hope to see you over on nerdfitness.com for the rebellion.